Welcome to Back Club, the place where motorcycle fans, long ride lovers, and power-hungry riders come together for the latest updates from the two-wheel world. Today, we're talking about a machine that has been shaking up conversations everywhere from American highways to online motorcycle forums. The 2026 BMW R20 Cruiser is here, and people are calling it an absolute monster. This bike is big, bold, extreme, and unlike anything BMW has released before. If you thought the R18 was massive, wait until you see what BMW has done with the R20. So sit tight, get comfortable, and let's dive deep into why the 2026 BMW R20 Cruiser is being praised as a monster in the cruiser world. BMW has always been known for engineering excellence, precision design, and refined performance. But when it comes to cruisers, especially the American-style heavyweight cruiser segment, BMW has been playing catch-up with brands like Harley Davidson and Indian. The R18 was their first major step into the heavyweight cruiser market, and it made a huge impact. But the R20, that's something different. That's BMW stepping into the ring and saying, we're not just participating, we're dominating. The very heart of the 2026 BMW R20 Cruiser is what riders are calling the monster engine. BMW has taken their iconic boxer engine platform and pushed it to a wild new level. The R20 comes with a massive 2000cc air and oil-cooled boxer engine that dominates the entire design. This thing isn't just big, it's visually intimidating. You see the polished metal, the raw mechanical beauty, the exposed header pipes, and the enormous cylinders pushing out from both sides. It's the kind of engine that immediately tells you that this motorcycle isn't for beginners. It's not even for average riders. It's for people who want power, presence, and a machine that feels alive beneath them. The R20's engine is expected to push out incredible torque numbers, likely in the 130–150 pound-feet range, making it one of the strongest production cruiser engines in the world. BMW isn't chasing top speed here, they're chasing raw pull, power at low RPM, the kind of torque that throws your body back when you twist the throttle. This bike is built for riders who love feeling the engine fight against the weight of the bike as it rockets forward with pure mechanical force. But horsepower and torque aren't the only reasons people are calling the 2026 R20 a monster. The size of the bike itself is enormous. The stance is low and long, the front forks thick and muscular, and the wheels big enough to make the bike look like it belongs in a custom garage. BMW has taken the classic cruiser silhouette and injected it with aggressive German engineering. What you get is a bike that looks like it belongs in a modern muscle cruiser category, something between a performance cruiser and a heavyweight classic. One of the most striking elements of the R20 Cruiser is its exposed mechanical styling. The metal finish, the open frame, the huge engine covers, and the minimal plastic all give this bike a raw and rugged look. BMW wanted to make this motorcycle a mechanical sculpture, something riders would admire even when standing still. This bike doesn't hide anything. It proudly exposes its engineering, metal, and power, the way Harley does with their big V-twins, but with BM's signature precision and symmetry. The seating position is another thing that shows BMW's understanding of American cruiser culture. The R20 features a low-slung seat, forward controls, wide handlebars, and a stretched-out posture perfect for long cruising. This bike is built for comfort, long-distance capability, and dominating highway lanes. You don't sit on this bike, you sit in it. You feel surrounded by the mass of the machine, held in a position of confidence and control. But BMW didn't forget the tech. They never do. The 2026 R20 Cruiser is expected to come with modern electronics like traction control, multiple ride modes, advanced ABS, cornering safety systems, and a high-resolution digital display. BMW understands that cruiser riders are now embracing tech that makes riding smoother, safer, and more enjoyable. Even though this bike is mechanically raw, the electronics bring a layer of refinement that sets it apart from pure old-school cruisers. Another reason the R20 is being labeled a monster is its weight. This motorcycle is expected to be extremely heavy, likely around 800 pounds or more. But with that weight comes stability. On the highway, this bike will feel planted, confident, and unshakable. Crosswinds, high speeds, rough roads, none of it will faze the R20. This is the kind of bike you take across the country, across states, across deserts and mountains. The stability of a heavy cruiser combined with BMW engineering means this bike will feel powerful and secure no matter where you ride. Let's talk about handling. BMW has always been strong in performance and suspension engineering, and even though this is a cruiser, they've made sure the R20 doesn't feel sluggish. The bike features premium suspension front and rear, likely including BMW's classic paralever rear setup to minimize drivetrain movement and improve handling. This is where BMW separates itself from Harley and Indian. The R20 is expected to handle far better, lean deeper, and remain more balanced in corners than typical heavyweight cruisers. Riders who want both comfort and dynamic performance are going to fall in love with the R20. Now, let's talk sound. This is a huge point for cruiser riders. Harley riders love their deep thunder. Indian riders love that powerful rumble. BMW knows this, and they've tuned the R20 exhaust to produce a deep, muscular tone that fits the bike's personality. Early sound tests show a low-frequency rumble that grows into an aggressive roar as the RPM climbs. It's not a high-pitched rev like a sport bike. It's pure, heavy cruiser sound, something you feel in your chest. When it comes to design options, BMW is expected to offer multiple trims, different paint finishes, chrome-heavy versions, blacked-out versions, and even special editions. Customization is becoming more important in the motorcycle world, and BMW wants riders to make the R20 their own. Expect saddlebags, windshields, engine guards, touring seats, and different handlebar options directly from the factory. And of course, aftermarket companies will jump on this bike too. Riders will customize exhausts, grips, lights, mirrors, and paintwork within months of the R20 hitting dealerships. Now let's talk about one of the most important topics for any new motorcycle, the price. The 2026 BMW R20 Cruiser is expected to be a premium motorcycle, and BMW knows it. This bike is not going to be cheap. It's not even going to be in the mid-range category. It's going to be priced as a top-tier cruiser and positioned directly against Harley-Davidson's upper lineup and Indian's big-bore models. So what's the expected price in the USA? The 2026 BMW R20 Cruiser is expected to start around $27,000 to $30,000 for the base version. Higher-end trims with premium finishes, added electronics, chrome packages, and touring accessories may push the price up to $33,000 to $36,000. Special editions, limited releases, or custom factory-built versions could go even higher, reaching into the $40,000 territory. BMW knows this is a flagship machine. It's not trying to compete with budget cruisers. It's competing with the best, and it's doing so with confidence. Now the big question, who is this bike for? This motorcycle is built for experienced riders who want power, presence, and prestige. This is not a beginner bike. This is not a commuter bike. This is a statement motorcycle. It's for riders who want something unique, something bold, something that stands out everywhere it goes. Riders who appreciate mechanical beauty, massive engines, and modern engineering will love this bike. The R20 Cruiser is also perfect for long-distance riders. That huge engine, stable weight, comfortable seat, and refined suspension mean it will handle long American highways like a dream. Riders who want to take cross-country trips, long coastal rides, or mountain tours will find this bike perfect. But it's also for riders who want attention. The R20 is not a quiet motorcycle. It's not a modest motorcycle. It's a monster. It draws eyes, creates conversation, and demands respect on the road. You don't glide by on this bike. You arrive. Now, let's talk about what it feels like to ride something like the R20. A bike with this much engine, this much presence, and this much weight creates a unique riding experience. When you start the engine, you feel the massive boxer shaking the whole bike. It gives you this physical connection between you and the machine. As you roll onto the throttle, the torque kicks in hard, giving you that strong pull that only giant engines can deliver. And once you hit the road, the weight and balance give you a feeling of total stability, like riding a steel battleship across the asphalt. The R20 is the kind of bike that makes even short rides feel epic. Even a quick trip to the gas station turns into an experience. People stare, people ask questions, people want pictures. It's the kind of motorcycle that becomes part of your identity. Another thing that stands out about the R20 is its ability to blend modern and classic. BMW didn't make a futuristic cruiser. They didn't make a retro throwback either. They made something that sits perfectly in between. The metalwork, the exposed engine, and the low stance give it a classic muscle look. But the electronics, the suspension, the LED lighting, and the precision machining give it a modern edge. Let's talk about reliability. BMW has built a strong reputation for reliability, especially with their Boxer engines, which are known to last for hundreds of thousands of miles when properly maintained. The R20, even though it's huge and powerful, is expected to follow that same durability. Riders who plan to tour across states will appreciate this. Fuel economy won't be great, but no one expects that from a 2000cc cruiser. But BMW's modern engineering will help it do better than most big V-twin cruisers. Expect around 35 to 40 mpg depending on riding style. Now let's talk about the rider community. BMW cruiser riders are a growing community. When the R18 launched, it built a new wave of BMW cruiser owners who love the blend of German engineering and American-style muscle. With the R20, this community is expected to explode. Riders will gather, ride together, share modifications, and build a culture around this new monster of a cruiser. The 2026 BMW R20 will likely appear at major motorcycle events, shows, and rallies across the United States. From Sturgis to Daytona to local weekend meets, this bike is going to make an impact. So what does the R20 represent for BMW? It represents strength, confidence, and the willingness to challenge the long-standing giants of the cruiser industry. Harley-Davidson and Indian have dominated the American cruiser market for decades. But with the R20, BMW is planting a flag and saying, we can compete, and maybe even surpass. This motorcycle is BMW's boldest step yet into the world of heavyweight cruisers. To wrap everything up, the 2026 BMW R20 Cruiser truly earns the nickname, Monster. It's massive, powerful, loud, beautiful, advanced, and built with a level of detail only BMW can deliver. The engine is huge, the design is aggressive, the sound is deep, the ride is strong, and the presence is unmatched. This bike isn't just transportation. It's an experience, a statement, a machine built for riders who want more than a motorcycle, they want something legendary. If you're thinking about buying the 2026 BMW R20 Cruiser, just remember, this is a bike that will dominate any road you put it on. It's a bike built for riders who want to feel the power of a 2000cc Boxer engine under them, who want long-distance comfort, refined engineering, and a presence that demands respect. Thanks for watching and staying connected with Back Club. Stay safe, ride strong, and we'll catch you in the next video.